scriptures in Judges chapter 1, and in my overview observation, I think it is safe to conclude that the inhabitants of the land that they kind of preserved, that they did not drive away as God had commanded them to clear them and to drive them away. They kept more than they sent away.
Okay, nilikuwa na avoid kwanza, you don't get into each other. Sasa, I just want you first of all to list the observations.
Okay.
What you see, and I'll get back to us. Sasa, we see now. What does it mean, and how does it apply to us today? Sasa, ni kama ulikuwa unainua mkono. Okay. Observation nyingine, we are in Judges chapter 1. Nini nyingine unaona? Devi hakuna kitu umeona hapo? Kama nicheze chini kwanza. Steve. Ni play down. Okay, sawa. Steve na Devi wanaendelea tu kudownload pole pole, watakuja na very shocking observations, si ndio? Yeah. Nini umeona? Hata zingine nafunga pastor wetu wa WhatsApp. Nini umeona? Sawa, acha tujue basi kwanza tulie. Yes.
I have another very astounding observation.
Sure.
In verse 19.
Verse 19.
The Lord was with Judah. And Judah drove out the inhabitants of the mountain.
The Lord was with Judah.
And Judah drove out the inhabitants of the mountain.
Yes, amen.
But Judah could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley. Because they had chariots of iron.
A good one. Okay, the Lord was with Judah.
So they failed. They could not.
So it concurs with what he said. That hawakumaliza assignment. Sindio?
I don't know. Maybe that is it.
Okay. She said that okay.
So on that observation, I'm seeing people on one side they obey God, but on the other side there's disbelief because wali on a chariot of iron, and when nimekea observation a chariot of iron. So wali on a chariot of iron, alafu huku your faith yao ikadidimia kwa sababu by then huku believe like God atafanya hiki kitu. So they drove out the mountaineers because God was with them. So there is aspect of God there being with Judah, and then there is aspect of Judah disbelieving. Yani our belief in wakupona believe that what are drive out when you're on a chariot of iron.
Okay. Yes. See interpretation. Sasa okay. Ebu add some meat kwa kitu kuna sema. Okay, I want to get you vizuri kabisa. Okay, when you drive out some wale the mountaineers, sindio? But wakafail kudrive wenye wanakaa kwa valley sababu walikuwa na chariots. That's what you observed. Sindio? Okay. Ni mimi ndio nasikia ni kama ujiongeza kitu ama kuna kinapoongeza.
Maybe, but to observe if the Lord was with Judah, was he with them until they drove out the mountaineers or the inhabitants of the mountain? But then at the point when they were facing the inhabitants of the valley, where was the Lord? But then, that is observation. I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, sure.
But we'll delve into interpretation later on.
Sawa. And that's what where we are headed to. Sawa. Okay. Wekelea kakoma hapo, not a full stop. Sawa. Okay. tupate observations zingine, then we get back to interpreting, si ndio? Yes.
I'm seeing a city
A
inaitwa
city.
Bethel. Kitambo ilikuwa inaitwa Luz. Then naona kuna spies wanakam. Alafu naona mtu anaitwa Joseph, the house of Joseph. These spies wanaongea na Joseph. Then Joseph anawaelekeza because kuna hiyo nitangoaje, tuseme wamemwambia akiwaonyesha watakuwa na mercy upon him, kama venye nani Rahab alionyeshanga the spies, si ndio? Then naona city yenye inakuwa struck. Yeah.
Okay. Kuna kitu kingine mtu anaona? Because nataka tuende kwa the next. Davis imekaa? Yes? Unatoka kwa sava bado? Eh? Hapa zimehakiwa na kila sava. Eh? Wajeni bwana sava dada wamechangia sana, labda anaweza kuwa na hack za kina Steve. Kabla waseme wanazichukua, si ndio? Ama ndivyo? Okay. Okay, sawa. Nataka tuende to the next level, si ndio? Sawa, nitalist some of the things we've seen and kama si capture correctly ama kama na miss kitu, correct me. Sasa. Okay, sitazifanya na order, nitazimention tu venye nilikuwa naziscribble. Sasa. A city that is struck. Sasa yaani kuna mji ama town yenye ilikuwa invaded, si ndio? Haya, hiyo ni kitu, one of the things yenye watu wameobserve. Haya, kuna spies wajasusi, sasa sio ile ya kitunguu na nyanya, ile spies ya maspy, yani sawa. Wanaongea na Joseph. Somebody called Joseph. Aya, there is a city called Bethel. Aya, then kuna ingine imemekiwa kwamba in verse 19, the Lord was with Judah and they drove out the mountaineers, but they did not drive out those who lived in the valleys, because they had chariots of iron. Kitu ingine nyoto wameona ni there was the death of a man called Joshua. Aya, kuna observation nyingine, a man called Caleb led the people in war. Kuna observation nyingine whereby they said it was a mistake, whereby there was an assignment that was not finished up. Sasa kuna mtu ameona kuna assignment yenye walipewa lakini nitolee hiyo echo. An assignment that is not finished. Aya, kuna ingine imeonekana treaties were made, yaani makubaliano kati ya the nation of Judah na hizo heathen nations. Treaties, hizo ni agreements. Aya, kuna pia mtu aliona chariots of iron. Aya, kuna pia mtu aliona msichana anaitwa Aksa. Huyu Aksa akiolewa na mtu anaitwa Othniel. Right? Othniel. Okay. We have seen the power of God at work. Hii ingine inakaa kama inafanana na yenye nimesoma, but tutaangalia kama kuna difference. The people of Judah drove out several nations, but many remained within them. Umepata? Walipigana, wengine wakafukuza, lakini wengine wakabaki. Sawa. Now, what does tuko na hizo observations? Oh, yes.
Pastor, if I may add one,
Uh-huh.
the children of God in verse 1,
Uh-huh.
they inquired
Uh-huh.
of the Lord, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first?
Uh-huh. Good one.
They inquired of the Lord, they prayed to God.
A very, very significant point. You know?
And the Lord replied,
Uh-huh.
Judah shall go up, and the Lord said, Judah shall go up, behold, I have delivered the land into his hand.
Uh-huh.
And then in verse 3,
Yes.
we see obedience.
Obedience.
So in verse 1, prayer. Verse 2, answer to prayer. Verse 3, we see obedience.
Prayer. Answer. Prayer. Obedience. Okay. Hii ni observation nyingine, uongeze kwa zenye tumefanya. There is obedience. The children of Judah inquired of the Lord, and the Lord replied. Okay, sawa. Want to get into this? Sawa. Niwaambia Bible, okay. Theology is not about going to school, sindio? But the fact that we all study the Bible. We are all theologians. Sawa. Now, my dear learned friends, what is the meaning of all this? Twende random level, twende point by point. Okay, let's begin kwa sababu yako inaanzia verse 1. Hii nimesema. You said the children of Judah inquired of the Lord, and the Lord did what? Yeah, replied. He answered. Verse 1. Let's go to verse 1. Now, after the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who shall be first to go up for us against the Canaanites to fight against them? Verse 2, and the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Indeed, I have delivered the land into his hand. Okay. What is the meaning of that? What does it say about God? What does it say about man? What does it speak about the relationship of God and man? Aya, imefunguka sasa. My learned friends. Hapa kuna senior counsel